一切我们身上固有的道，因为就在我们身上，又称作自性老。我们了解了个主宰天地万物的道，在我们身上就有，它的作用不应受到我们赞美或否认而有任何增减。无论种族、肤色、国籍、宗教信仰或贫贱富贵，均无分无别。因此，我们能求得先天大道，不只找到了宇宙的根本源头，也找到了不生不灭的真我。不只认识了宇宙，也认识了我一生的真正主宰。不只追求到了宇宙之至理，也找回了我身上本有的真理与良知良能。先天大道的根源是在我身上，原来固有的是我由先天带来的良知良能，即是我的良心。我的良心即是天心，天心即是道心，此心无形无相，即是真空。真空之妙，空而不空，空中妙有。妙有者，生天生地生人生万物万类之大本也。妙用者，万灵真在也，主宰天地人万物万类之真主宰，亦即是主宰我之一身。故曰道在无身，一切万能；道离无身，此身百无一能。先天大道如此宝贵，乃人人必须追求之道也。三求道是求什么？静心观察我们所存在的这个宇宙，我们往往会赞造物主的神奇。自然界每一刻皆有无数的事物在同时运转，而其整体却又是那么协调。我们身上的这个真理不也是一样吗？每一分一秒，我们身上皆有无数的生化反应、物理作用等同时发生。道的妙用分布在我们身上，不用学习，不用思考，其作用虽成千上万，合起来却只有一个自我，一切有条不紊，自然而成。道在无身，运用自如，在眼能视，在耳能听，在口能言，在鼻能闻香臭，在身能运用行动做事，此即道在我身之妙用。所以我们了解了道不只主宰着天地万物，更主宰我们一身。宇宙根本源头最高主宰与我一身主宰，并非二也。道的本体无形无相，我们肉眼看不到它，手也摸不到它，但它却无时无刻不在发挥其妙用，更进而随着天时及环境而发展出语言文字经典及造福人类的文明，此即是我们良知良能之作用。一般人不了解道在于我们自身的本体和妙用，只模糊意识到它的存在，便以灵魂代表它，我们称其为自性老。因其没有生灭，也不会毁坏，我们也称其为真我。此真我乃是最富足、最圆满、最光明、最完美、永恒不朽的 现在我们来生一看，看得见摸得着有形有相的肉体，能不能代表我把一个人生命中不同阶段的照片拿来比较，我们就可发觉，面貌是无时无刻不在变化的。我们一般均习惯以相貌认人，但相貌却不是永恒的。我们的肢体也不是真我。某些人不幸失去了一只手或一只脚，仍是好好的活着。我们的内脏呢？现在科学昌明，其自己能把动物的心脏成功地植入人体。我们不能因此说这人不是他自己了。就算头的脑细胞从我们一出生就开始不断的在坏死、减少和变化之，因此有形有相的肉体只是真我的一个工具而已。肉体虽然看似真实，却无时无刻不在改变之中，不拘数十年又变成一堆黄土。因它不是永恒的，我们称之为假我。对于真我和假我有所了解之后，我们也就可以了解我们为什么要求到了。如今我们非常幸运能有机会求得先天大道，求得的就是三宝。三宝简单明了，但也博大精深，其内容在求道时会详细解说。现在只简单的提出两点。首先，求道就是直接点出了真正永恒不朽的真我，也就是良心本性的发。在物质文明远较精神文明昌盛的今日，假若迷失真我，我们的人生将有如行尸走肉。若是认假为真，更是我们为了盲目满足假我而做出害己害人的事情，造成自己在世时与死后的灾祸。因此，求道启发了我们内在本的真我良心，真我假我协调融合，使我们的人生不论存没，都是平安喜乐自在充实而有意义。其次，求道也就是开启了我们身上的正门，又称良心之门、智慧之门、慈悲之门。这个门非常的重要。当我们要离开一间房子时，自然由大门离去。如果此门无法开启，而被迫从窗户或阳台跳出时，就可能会摔断腿。我们的肉体就像一间房子，真我灵性就像是房子的主人。当有一天肉体要毁坏时，真我灵性若不得正门而出，被迫另寻旁门，其恐惧与焦虑是无法形容的。这也导致了死后的痛苦与不安。因此，我们可以发现到，绝大多数的人临终时，其肉体皆显现山僵硬、恐惧、无助与挣扎之相。求道就是开启我们个生来死去之正门，也就是通天大路。因此，我们今天很幸运能求道，求得三宝。 打开灵性通天之正门，可以让我们找回真我，认识我自己身上的道，自然以良心作为待人物之准则，使人生更有意义，更进而解决生死大事，得到超生了死的保障。100年之后，回到我们的来不家乡，所以先天大道又是回天之道。先天大道之宝贵，即是千经万典不如一点。此典打开玄关正门佛门，天堂大路一步直超级的永生之道。此典宝贵，超佛越祖，超经越典，超越天地。得到这一点宝贵，它是诸经之师，诸法之王，诸佛之天地之，故曰超生了死即的永生，不毁不灭之先天大道也。此乃即是人人原来固有的，必须返回天之道也。四求道对我有什么好处？我们今天很高兴能有这个机缘求道，能够开启良心之门、智慧之门、通天之正门，这是第一步。这宝贵的道还能带给我们终生受用不尽的福之益，离苦的乐。人生在世，遭受种种之苦恼，就其根源皆起因于迷失了真我。求道首先就是让我们认识人人身上固有的道，找回我们本有至真至善至美具足圆满永恒不朽的真我，在日常言行之中发挥真我，使我们一举一动皆能合于理，止于至善，自然不会受周遭的人事物所左右，我们的心也就不会患得患失。心为一身之主，我们既然在心境上有所提升，自然不会与邪恶之事相感应，则不相随心转，还可以改变命运，趋吉避凶，朝向光明，使我们得到真正的喜悦，逍遥自在。2堕地难，自有人类文明以来，道的真意便代代单传独授，其没落贯穿了早期的主要文明，如中国、印度等。奈何近100年来，人类受物欲所逼，在空前繁荣的物质文明中逐渐迷昧了良心，甚至竟将制造威力极大的杀人武器。回顾数千年人类历史，在近代短短数十年间，便发生了2次世界大战，无数小战，伤亡无数。滥用科技文明，同时也损害了自然环境，造成大气臭氧层之破坏，全球性气候的改变，人心之变，干造了天灾人祸连连。人类以为自己酝酿了一个空前的浩劫，因此上帝洪恩慈悲，特将大道谱传于世，以挽救良善。求道以后，我们时刻存着道心，以良心待人处事。当遇有人力不可挽救的灾祸时，只要诚心使用3宝， 必能灾必劫，逢凶化吉。此事验证甚多，不胜枚举。三超生了四人生，又如一段苦乐相参的旅程，遭受生存竞争、衰老、病痛、死亡等困苦，人皆难免。而人间种种欢乐，又往往是短暂易变的。尤其当旅程结束时，终就成空，归宿渺茫，更不禁令人凄独怅惘。是以智慧者有见于此，乃以超生了死，追求真实永恒的人生意义，为人生至高之目标。古代先修后的，因此古人为求超生了死，尽毕生之力，苦修苦行，仍难以访得名师，达成心愿。如今大道普传，先道后修，在求道过程中，天命名师一指，开启了我们通天正门，先赋予超生了死的保障。我们得道以后，认识了真我，以真我为主宰，远离邪心妄念，让我们的心念、言语、行为，无论待人处事，皆合于良知。100年之后，真我灵性自然返回故家乡，永享平安喜乐。4成圣成贤求道，也就是为我们种下一个成圣成贤的正因道种。只要我们以智慧、慈悲、清净灌溉它，它必然萌芽、开花、结果。在此功利主义弥漫的黑暗时代，大道乃是光明的灯塔。求道修道，不仅让我们能够独善其身，更使我们有机会可以兼善天下。求道之后，只要我们时刻抱着道心、良心，在日常生活中真诚实践道的精神，不计个人得失荣辱，努力使周围每一个人都可得享到的好处，让道的光明照亮每一个角落，尽其一生精进不懈，则在世即成就圣贤事业，归天之后，必证圣贤果位无疑。先天大道的宝贵就是天道天命，天命就是3曹名师，名师一点玄关开，打开正门，佛祖来。天堂非在我身外，天上地下我都在。此乃先天大道的尊至贵至宝也。先天大道，天命宝贵，3曹名师这一点妙至极意，非是在言语文字相声音可得，非是在千经万典上的，非是在讲经说法上的，非是在是智辩聪上的，非是在博学才能上的，非是在才高八斗上的。以上皆是生死法对待法，非是超生了死脱对待了生死之法也。此次级的先天大道妙用妙能的宝贵，其妙极矣。此者是无师智，此智是妙智妙慧，此智此慧是我本来固有的，由先天带来的，亦即是在找回来天地人万物万类未生以前我的初心。 即我良心天心道心老心也。先天大道之妙，此妙之贵，妙不容言，不学而知，不学而能。亦即是先天带来的先知先觉妙用妙能。此知此觉此能此用，不用言语文字声色，不用思想，不用念头，不用言听是动，而生天地人万物万类。生天地人万物万类之后，这天地人万物万类，实可分妙，也离不开其妙用妙能，故曰万灵真主宰也。设若天离开先天大道之妙用妙能，则河汉星斗乱序，日月无光，亦不能轮转，则阴阳二气不能流通，万物万类世界的众生，人人皆不得其生存。设若大地离开先天大道之妙用妙能，这金木水火土不能相配，则险象丛生，山崩地裂，海水枯干，亦使万物万类世界的众生人人不能得其生存。设若人离开先天大道之妙用妙能，则寸步难行，眼不能看，耳不能听，口不能言，总之全身不能动作。100日之后，成了一堆臭骨臭泥土。此乃先天大道妙用妙能的宝贵，妙至极矣。设若觉悟认识先天大道之妙用妙能的支持而实行，即是天人合一，天人一体治理，绝言妙不容言，不是死后成佛，当体即佛矣。故曰如来佛，如是佛也。此乃的先天大道修先天大道之好处。勿具备什么条件才可以求道？求道既然能够带给我们终生受用不尽的好处，我们今日能有机会求道，会不会显得太容易了？事实上，我们能得闻先天大道，首先要感谢上帝的恩慈，将自古不倾泻的大道普传于世，使我们有机会得此天之道。另一方面，我们本身也必须具备足够的条件，祖上有德，根基深厚，佛缘成熟，才能够顺利求道。此外，我们必须向宇宙至高无上的造物主上帝发一个良心愿，此愿可归纳为3个要点：一得道以后，愿以明记并实践道的精神，也就是日常生活所思所言所行，皆愿以良心作为依归。2得道以后，愿以能力所及，助周围需要我们帮助的人，愿意多了解道的意义，并让更多的人蒙受天道的福祉。3得道以后，绝不将求得的3宝告知任何人。3宝必须在庄严的求道过程中，天命名师传授给我们，才有真实意义。若由我们泄露给其他人，则不但毫无意义，毫无效果，我们自己也违反了天律。的良心愿 合乎人人本具天赋的良知良能，所以我们人人都能够做到。真诚实践良心愿，也必须滋润我们求道时种下的智慧、慈悲、清净之正因道种，使它顺利萌芽、开花结果，才不至虚度这千载难逢的求道修道良辰。值得一提的是，我们能顺利求道，原因之一即是沾了祖德的光，是故上天开恩，只要我们修道有恒，则我们的祖先也有机会可以求道超生得救。我们的子孙亦的印地，对父母祖先敬大小，这是最好的机会。只要具备以上条件，则无论任何国界、种族、宗教信仰的人，都可以求道，欲求得先天大道，脱出轮回之苦、地狱之灾，世间的穷通受忧、鳏寡孤独、生老病死苦，而返天堂永享天伦之乐者，必须我有得遇6万年良辰佳期的幸运。我本人心地善良，我有先天根基深厚，也就是我本人前世做的功德善事很多，此即天缘。我本人祖先有功德，做善事，此即祖上有德。我牧人遇到引导师度我得道，此佛缘已至。也就是前生我们一同做过功德善事，或一同有修过宗教，今生遇天道降世，一同得道修道，此乃佛缘已至。6求道对我的生活有什么影响？现今正值上天恩开，先天大道普传，拯救良善之时，故普传方式皆以方便善巧，与众生契机为原则，因此求道不会对我们正常的生活造成任何负面影响。这与以往许多人苦修苦练，甚至出家的修行方式有很大差别。也正因为如此，先天大道能在日新月异的现代，适应社会的各个阶层，传布到世界的各个角落，使人人皆有共沾天恩的闻大道的机会。关于求道对生活有什么影响，我们就以下几点来看，亦与任何宗教没有冲突。道代表着天地万物及我们一生之最高主宰与真理，不止在各大门创始之前，甚至在天地未生以前，道就已经存在了。因此，任何教门，只要其教义是追求真理及实践良心，就不会与道有任何冲突。事实上，不止宗教，只要我们以探求真理的角度去观察，则自然界万事万物皆能与道吻合与印证。若我们原有某种宗教信仰，求道将不会造成任何抵触，也不会使我们背弃原有的信仰，反而让我们对真理的探求有更深一层的体认。 二以良心经为最高规戒每一个人生活环境中的文化习俗、时代背景、法律条文及价值观念都不完全相同。因此，没有任何一个具体的规戒或条文能够适用于所有的人。所以，求道后的规戒着重在我们每个人真我良心之实践，由真我良心主宰自己，而不是在经典之背诵上及律法之钻研上下功夫。三不照良心愿行。有何透过很重要的一点，求道并非从外在加给我们良心与真理，而是借着开启我们智慧慈悲之门，找回我们身上固有的真理，让天理良心自然流露。因此，求道后，所有真修实行之人，皆是自动自发的。是不，求道后，若我们不照良心愿而行，并非将出现任何外力来强制我们遵行此愿，而是将受到自己良心的谴责，由真我良心督促自己，而自然改过向善。四圣凡间修真我之实践，并不局限于教堂或寺庙之中。因此，现今大道普传，并不要我们家舍业到深山古寺之中修炼，而是在不影响家庭、工作、学业之正常情况下圣凡间修。在日常生活中，时时刻刻一言一行，皆能以天理良心为依归，就是真我之实践。务由提升自己而兼善天下，求道后会使我们生活更充实，心灵更和谐。而更重要的是，我们每一个人尽一己之力，借自身之提升，影响周遭之人事物，继而汇成一股力量，在这举世天理良心日趋沦丧之潮流中，匡正人心，力挽狂澜。如此必能早日实现先天大道普传之宗旨，即弥勒佛的原慈大愿，化污浊的人间为人间净土，化纷乱的世界为世间天国。七道的宝贵有什么印证到是宇宙的至高真理？它的作用贯穿了天地万物万类，更是我们一生之最高主宰。真正了解了这一点，我们就会体认到，道是随时随处可以被印证的。许多贤贤得道之后，发出了大诚心、大信心、大智慧，真修真行，皆能参悟到，不只在各教经典之中可以印证到，其实在任何时间空间、万事万物我们之一身，甚至一草一木，皆离不开道的本体和妙用。体认至此，自然能发出永不退转之道心。而尚未求道或刚求道者，则需借助于一些具有形象看得到、感受得到的印证，以奠定初步的信心。依任何人，只要有求道， 经过身但天命之名师点开玄关正门，传授三宝者，无论其功德高深为末，死后皆是身软如棉，面色如生，灵性由正门归天，东不品湿，下不腐臭，甚有多至数日不变，亦相满至者。目前的科技文明和医学知识还未进步到足以解释这种现象，但却无法否认个事实的存在。这种现象虽曾出现在某些宗教中，但极其罕见而珍贵，而求道之人除信道不笃于反道拜德者，不敢定论外，其余则比比皆是。肉身既显似瑞香，足可证其灵性已登善境，当无疑问。二人虽不为万物之灵，其实是很脆弱的。自从生在这个世界上，就难免天灾人祸的威胁，甚多以求道者，在遇到人力不可挽救之危急情况下，诚心使用三宝，皆能大事化小，小事化无。这种例证多得不可胜数，无法在此一一例举。以上两点虽然极为宝贵，但却是任何人只要一求道，借着上帝的天命宝贵，立刻就可以得到的保障。此后就随个人的诚心智慧及对真理之实践，而有或深或浅不同的体认了。如人饮水，冷暖自知。希望各位具有善根，有机会能得闻大道的先生女士，皆能入宝山而满载而归，皆能求道而同真善境。
Introduction to DAY. What is DAYI? DAO and MEII. What it is in DAOID. What do I get in RECI beginning DAOB? What do we need to receive DAOBI? What impact does receiving DAO have on MEDII? What can attest the validity of DAOI? What is DAO? Observing the cosmos and all the living beings consciously, among all the earthly activities and phenomena, we will find the existence of the laws of nature. There is a supernatural origin which guides all the operations happening across the galaxy, the earth, and the human beings. We call this source Tao. Tao existed before primordial time, and even before the universe was merged. It is the origin of the world, and it thereafter nurtures all the creatures and beings. Since it is unchangeable and does not evolve with time, it is the ultimate truth. It is what all saints and sages throughout human history had been searching for. The essence of Tao is the foundation of nature. The law or the power that existed before the universe was formed is beyond description, because there were no civilizations nor creatures, let alone languages. Since it cannot be applied any name, we simply call it Tao. After the world was merged, along with the mutations of the universe, we see the harmonious actions as exhibited in seasonal changes, rhythms of time and tide, and the balance of the ecosystem. We also find some conformity of human nature across various cultures. These prove the laws of nature. This is the extension of that original Tao when it is substantiated and materialized. It merged into everything that is with and within us. Now that we know Tao is present universally and yet difficult to be recognized, there have been prophets and preachers trying to make us know and understand the origin and the truth of life through various teachings and literature since the beginning of civilization. They were scattered around the world throughout history. As a result, great commandments were taught to disciples and goodness and badness were differentiated. These teachings varied, based on differences in culture, background, timing and the level of each individual's comprehension. However, they all tried to express and transmit to their descendants this Creator and Chief of the universe. It is God, or what we call Tao. As we get to know it more and more, we will realize that the essence of Tao and its effect covers every existence without any exceptions. Tao is actually the headwaters of all religions. It embraces the essence of all the preaching and teachings. And yet, it is superior to the system of belief. It is the nature, the universe itself. Tao or God represents the highest authority and power of nature. It is also the headstream and superior to all. It is the unchangeable principle. Understanding Tao allows us not only to discover the center of all religious belief, but also to communicate with the origin and the highest power of nature. We will then be able to relate ourselves to the truth of the universe. To probe further, Tao existed before the formation of all, yet it was not anterior, which means that the creation was embedded in it. Tao emerges into the creation, yet is not posterior, which means that it is not thereafter limited. Among those created, however large, they can be measured, however small, they can be detected. It is only Tao that cannot be measured of its immensity nor detected of its existence. Therefore, it is larger than the largest and leaves nothing excluded, and yet it can be smaller than the smallest and leaves nothing not penetrated. It is ubiquitous. It merges into and governs all. It is in charge of the space, the earth, human beings, all the creatures, and all existences. It penetrates and regulates the entire universe. It is the source of all the scriptures, sutras, as well as dharmas. It encompasses all the religions, and it is what makes one a Buddha or a saint. It is the single chief of all. And, above all, it is in charge of each individual too. It is the divine self. This is the true meaning of Tao. We should get to know it this way and rediscover our own invaluable treasure. So, to practice Tao is to revive one's own conscience as well as everyone else's and to act upon it accordingly. Then, all people can be of one spirit, all nations can be in peace like a family, and the great harmony will come true. How precious does I, Dao and Me. The significance of Tao is in its immensity and ubiquity. Its mightiness guides the universe to carry on with changing seasons and evolving creatures. The countless aspects of the natural phenomena seem so capricious and yet really in order and in cycles. This almighty being also resides in each of us. It is the divine self, the natural quality of a person. It enables us to see, to feel, to taste, to hear, and to move without learning. While we research the ultimate truth in the universe, we should turn in upon and see into ourselves to discover that divine self. We will find the rules that govern the universe also comply with the way we are. Tao is not something too far to reach, nor too mysterious to comprehend. It is nothing particular, but has to do with our daily lives. We cannot do without it. Every movement we make, in order to see, to touch, to feel and to think, is associated with Tao. Consider how many wonders are hidden in our body, how delicately our physical functions are carried out. For example, when we shake hands, the components involved would include the coordination of joints and muscles, the chemical reactions of energy, the transmission of information through nerve systems, and the actions occurring in our brain such as issuing orders, making judgments and analyzing situations. Even with the most advanced technology and the highest level of knowledge we have developed today, we cannot completely reconstruct such a function. Yet the ability to perform such a simple movement is there for all individuals, regardless of the level of a person's knowledge and his/her being a grown-up or a baby, a scholar or an illiterate. These are the kind of abilities we come equipped with naturally, without learning and being taught. It sits within us and is in charge of all. It is Tao, never diminishes nor inflates. Worldly knowledge acquired through learning can be forgotten. A gymnast can abandon his/her techniques and a musician can lose his/her skills without practicing. The essence of Tao and its extension are always in charge of the macro-universe, the nature, and the micro-universe, the human being's self. We are associated with it unconsciously since the first day. Because it encompasses the whole nature within us, we also call it native self. Tao is within and surrounding us. It needs not be worshipped nor debated over, because its existence is unconditional, regardless of race, color, nationality, religion or status. It is impartial and stays constant. In receiving Tao, we not only find the origin of the universe, but also the divine self. We get to know the highest power in the universe as well as the genuine nature in charge of self. We discover the ultimate truth of the cosmos as well as the integrity of ourselves. Recognizing that the laws which govern the universe also govern us makes us be able to return to our true nature. To probe further, the most essential concept in Tao is that we all possess it intrinsically. It is the wisdom and ability we were born with without learning or practicing. It is one's conscience, which is like the Spirit of God, the divine and immortal nature. It is invisible and intangible. For this reason, we call it genuine emptiness, which means that to be really empty, it goes beyond emptiness and can therefore have marvelous existence in it. Marvelous existence is the foundation for the sky, the earth, human beings, all the creatures, and all existences. With omnipotence, Tao is called Great Lord of all beings. This almighty being is not only in charge of the entire universe, but also in charge of oneself. So the proverb is, Tao is within self, which is the drive of all one's abilities. A physical body without Tao is useless. This is the treasure that we should all realize and fully explore. What it is in Tao. When we look around the world, we admire the miracles and wonders of nature. Countless things change and move simultaneously every second, and yet in order and in harmony. So do our bodies. Countless biochemical reactions and physical functions occur concurrently within our bodies. Without learning and thinking that comes subjectively, the thousands of activities that happen within us are the extension and action of Tao. And altogether, it is one single self. It functions naturally and automatically without the need for our intents to be involved. This is the effect of Tao within us. Tao is not only in control of the universe and nature, but also in charge of every human being in his/her own actions. In other words, it is the same source that governs us as well as everything else. Tao is invisible and intangible, but it has been working out its magic before day one. Thereafter, languages, cultures, religious scriptures, literature, and civilization were developed. They all originate from Tao functioning within us. People don't realize it is Tao that has been residing and working within us and have used soul to represent the confusing and yet irrefutable being. Because it is eternal and intangible, we also call it true self. This true self is the most abundant, brilliant, and imperishable being. Let us take a look at our tangible body and see if it can be the true self. We know the pictures taken throughout one's life show different faces and expressions. We recognize people by face, but our looks change and are not permanent. The handicapped, with impaired arms or legs, can also lead a complete life. One with a transplanted animal heart is still a human being. Even our brain cells keep decreasing and changing every second from the moment we were born. Therefore, the physical body is only the interim residence of the true self. Though it seems so real, solid and alive, it turns into dirt eventually. We call it false self because of its tentative and transient nature. By recognizing the difference between the true self and the false self, we understand the reason and importance for us to receive Tao. Luckily, we are given the opportunity of receiving Tao and learning the three treasures. The three treasures are straightforward yet profound. The meaning and details of them will be illustrated through the rite of receiving Tao. Here, we only discuss two issues. First, by receiving Tao, the true self gets plucked out. It leads to our conscience. Upon the time when material pursuance surpasses spiritual seeking, giving up the true self only makes us a walking corpse. In order to fulfill and satisfy the sensational desires of the false self, we may commit wrongdoings and harm others, eventually creating troubles for ourselves. Our inner conscience is identified and enlightened by receiving Tao. Thus, the body gets to work with the spirit in a mutually beneficial and harmonious way, making our lives joyful and meaningful. Second, by receiving Tao, the front door or main gate of our bodies gets opened. It leads us to conscience, mercy and wisdom. When we leave a house, we leave through the front door. If the front door is locked, we may have to leave through the back door, or even by breaking the window or jumping off the balcony. We may fall and get hurt by doing so. Our body is like a house, and our soul is the master who lives in the house. One day, when the body is aged and depleted and the soul has to leave, we can imagine its horror if it cannot leave through the correct exit. This is the pain and discomfort human beings experience at the coming of death and after death. As we know, for most people, when they are dying, their body shows stiffness and signs of helplessness and confusion. After we receive Tao, the door of life and death will be opened. Being able to receive Tao and the three treasures while having the door to heaven opened, we had the opportunity to recognize the true self and the Tao that dwells within us. We are going to treat people and the world with conscience and make our lives more meaningful. We can transcend life and death. Within 100 years, we will be able to return to where we came from. Therefore, the heavenly Tao is also the way to return back to heaven. To probe further, the enlightenment of Tao is superior to studying thousands of sutras. This is the value of Tao. The enlightenment of Tao opens the main gate, the front door, which is the entrance to heaven. It gives us the guarantee to be exempted from rebirth cycles and to reach eternity. The superiority of this enlightenment lies in that it surpasses Buddhas and saints, it exceeds the scope of sutras and dharmas, and it transcends the universe. Tao is therefore source of all sutras, king of all dharmas, mother of all Buddhas, and creator of the universe. Transcendence of rebirth cycles leads to eternity. Being imperishable, Tao never deteriorates, and we had never lost it at all. Hence Tao is the direct way back to heaven. ID. What do I get in RECI beginning Dao? As mentioned earlier, by receiving Tao, we act upon our conscience, gain more wisdom, and find the door to heaven. In addition to these basics, we also benefit from the following for our lifetime. A. Being away from sufferings and closer to happiness. The troubles and worries we face in our daily lives mostly result from our disregard of the true self. Receiving Tao helps us to recognize the Tao that has been dwelling in us and to restore the beauty of the true self, so that our behavior and mind is free from being controlled by the earthly pleasures and being swayed by the losses and gains of the material world. Since our minds are cultivated spiritually, devils would not approach and get close to us. Thus, our fortune can be altered from bad to bright, and we can obtain real joy. B. Being away from disaster and calamities. Tao has been passed on through generations to one single master since the beginning of human history. The thread of its passage weaves through ancient civilizations, including China and India. However, in recent centuries, human beings have been trapped by materialism and a weaker sense of right and wrong. Wars prompted the development of powerful lethal weapons. In reviewing the thousands of years of human history, we realize, in just less than 100 years, there have been 2 major world wars, which caused numerous killings and tragedies. The abuse of science and technology has also destroyed the ecology, causing damage to the ozonosphere and the unbalance of the climate. The corruption of human beings' minds has called the natural disasters to come. The human have created calamity. God, with His mercy, makes Tao available to everybody in order to save good people. After we receive Tao, with the true meaning of Tao in mind, we will be conscientious. We can use the 3 treasures whenever something dangerous and uncontrollable happens to us. We will be able to get away from bad encounters. This is a confessed fact. See, transcending life and death. Life is a mixture of happiness and bitterness. Throughout the journey of life, we experience birth, growth, aging, illness, and death. Joys are momentary and wealth is here today and gone tomorrow. Rather than seeking the pleasure of material life, the wise make full use of their lifetime searching the true meaning of life and eternity. In old times, Tao could only be received after harsh self-cultivation. Among the hermits looking for the master in order to receive Tao, only very few could obtain it. Whereas in this century, Tao is allowed to be spread and transmitted through the authorized masters to the truth seekers. The master points out the main gate of life and death, assuring the completeness of our true self. With the true self as our guide, which keeps us away from evil and greed, it helps us think, speak, and act in accordance with our conscience and intuition. Death then becomes the return of our soul to the eternal and peaceful home where we came from. Thus, we will have lasting joy. The achieving sacred beings, the enlightenment of Tao, which reveals the true self, is like the planting of the seed of righteousness and integrity. Through self-cultivation and self-improvement, the nurturing of wisdom, kindness, and purity, it will blossom and produce the fruit of sacred mind and eternal life. In time of overwhelming utilitarianism, Tao is the lighthouse to the truth. Receiving Tao, and then cultivating ourselves, not only improves our own lives, but also gives us the opportunity to better the world. After we receive Tao, we act upon our conscience and care for people around us. We cherish Tao and disregard personal disadvantages. Then we make an effort to spread the message of Tao to the world, in order for everyone to benefit from it. We are devoting ourselves to the work of God, and certainly will achieve spiritual perfection in both this world and the world after life. To probe further, the supremacy of Tao is based on the heavenly decree of God, by which Grand Masters can perform the passage of Tao. The enlightenment of Tao from Grand Masters directly opens the main gate of our bodies, which revives our divine nature. It reveals that heaven is not beyond oneself. Instead, one's true self merges into the entire universe. This is the supremacy of Tao. 1. With the heavenly decree, the enlightenment of Tao is extremely profound and marvelous. It cannot be completely expressed by any words of languages. It is not recorded on any scriptures or sutras. It cannot be described by preaching, nor can it be acquired by human intelligence, nor derived from knowledge and experience, nor achieved from gifted talents. Because the above-mentioned all have to be created and can be eliminated, which means that they cannot last forever themselves. They all bear partiality and cannot be applied universally. Hence, they cannot surpass life cycles, nor can they reach eternity. 2. The wonder of the effects and omnipotence of Tao is beyond words. It is the wisdom that does not come from learning. It is what we acquire from God and possess intrinsically. It is the same divine heart before the creation of the universe. It is conscience, the holy heart. It is the divine and immortal nature, the Spirit of God. 3. Tao is too marvelous to be described. It makes us know without learning and function without practicing. It is a prior wisdom, perception, potency, and ability. It is not constrained by words or languages. It functions without thinking, intents, or even actions. However, it can create the sky, the world, the human, all beings, and all existences. All these, after being created, still cannot carry on without Tao even for one moment. Tao is therefore called Great Lord of all beings. 4. Without Tao, the stars and planets in the sky wouldn't he had been in order. The sun and the moon couldn't he had illuminated or revolved properly. Then the yin-yang energies wouldn't he had circulated, and, as a result, this world wouldn't he had been suitable for all of us to live in. 5. Without Tao, the 5 primary elements of the earth, metal, wood, water, fire, and soil, wouldn't he had been balanced and complemented one another, which could have put the entire world in chaos. Mountains would have collapsed, lands would have cracked, and oceans would have dried up. Likewise, this world wouldn't he had been an environment for us to live in. 6. Without Tao, we, human beings, wouldn't he had been able to walk, to see, to hear, to speak, or to move. Our physical bodies would deteriorate quickly into a pile of soil in 100 days. 7. If one really comprehends the effects and omnipotence of Tao, and can practice accordingly and persistently, one can communicate with and be united with God. This is the absolute truth. It is a glory and marvel beyond description. Therefore, it not after death that one becomes a Buddha. It is when one is still alive that one achieves being a Buddha. And to be a Buddha is to revive and hold on to one's divine and original nature. This is what we benefit from attaining and practicing Tao. What do we need to receive Tao? We have discussed the many benefits we obtain after receiving Tao. Some would wonder why there is so much given to us. Of course, we should realize it comes from God's grace toward human beings. This allows Tao to be spread around the world, especially at the approaching of the worldwide calamity. People with merit and conscientious mind will have the opportunity of learning about Tao and the way back to heaven. It always holds true that people who had the fortune of receiving Tao are derived from the tree of righteous ancestors. In addition, during the passage of Tao, it is required that we make promises to God that, after we receive Tao, we will keep in mind the true meaning of Tao and put it into action in our daily life. What we speak and what we do will all be based on our conscience. After we receive Tao, we offer help to those in need of it, and do our best to indicate Tao to more people so that they can all benefit from the grace of God. After we attain these 3 treasures, we promise not to tell them to any other person. These 3 treasures can only be transmitted through authorized masters in front of God. If we reveal them to any person, they become invalid to the person, and we also defy the heavenly decree. All the promises required are reasonable and achievable. It goes with our nature. If we practice and keep the promises, we will be able to become a wiser and a better person. We will become merciful, and nurture the good seed of Tao planted in our mind. One last thing to mention is that one of the reasons we are able to receive Tao is due to the good deeds of our ancestors. Therefore, As we persistently practice Tao, our ancestors will also benefit from it, and so will our descendants. As long as you are prepared for the above mentioned, you are qualified to receive Tao, no matter what nationality, race, or religion you belong to. Notes: in order to be exempted from the rebirth cycles, to avoid the ordeal of hell, to alleviate the suffering and misfortunes in our lives, and to be able to return back to heaven after death and enjoy permanent happiness, we have to receive Tao. And the general qualifications are: 1. To be with a compassionate heart, and to be fortunate enough to be born in a time when Tao is available to the public. 2. To have sowed the seeds of virtue by helping many people and offering lots of charitable services in the previous lives. This is the divine affinity with God. 3. To have ancestors with beneficences and welfare work as well. 4. To meet the introducer and guarantor who indicate the way to attain Tao to me. It is very likely that, in the previous lives, we did charitable services together, or we cultivated together in the same religion. So, in this life, when Tao is available, we can help each other out and practice Tao together again. So time is ripe for Tao due to our divine affinity. Vi. What impact does receiving Tao have on me? As we mentioned before, and like the old days when hermits had to leave their families to receive Tao through meditation and self-cultivation, Tao, at the present time, can be received in a way that is applicable and conforming to our practical needs. We don't have to give up our lifestyle in order to attain Tao. By the grace of God, Tao is intended to be delivered to the public at all levels of occupations and around the world, rather than being limited to a privileged group of people. The impacts that receiving Tao can have on our daily life are summarized as the following. A. Receiving Tao creates no conflicts with any religions. Tao governs the universe, including all human beings. It existed before the formation of any religions. It is concordant with all religions, in the sense that religions preach the awareness of conscience and the pursuit of the truth. We don't need to give up our religion in order to receive Tao. On the contrary, by receiving Tao, we will have further understanding of the truth. The conscience becomes our ultimate guidance due to the variations of cultures, customs, backgrounds, legislation, and value systems. It is difficult to find a universal guideline for all of us to follow in our daily life. In receiving Tao, the main commandment is to act by our conscience, the true self, rather than by literature. We should be sensitive to the conscience, rather than be familiar with the laws. C. We will voluntarily keep the promise made while receiving Tao. Through receiving Tao, we are not offered conscience or true self, but merely the opening of the door to a wisdom and mercy. Therefore, we restore the heavenly principles inherent in us, and strengthen the power originating from our conscience. There is no external force that makes us keep the promises and commitments that we made when we received Tao. The only force comes from the guilty feelings that result from our misbehaviors, which reduces the mistakes we make. Practicing Tao can accommodate our worldly affairs. The fulfillment of practicing Tao and conscientious awareness does not have to be accomplished in a temple or church. It is not required to abandon worldly belongings or relationships in order to attain the ultimate truth. Each individual can still have his/her family, career, and schooling at the same time. As long as we keep in mind the basic guideline, we should have our practicing Tao and getting closer to our divine self. We will make a better world by improving ourselves first after we receive Tao. By realizing the true self and what we are, the feeling of joy comes to us. The improvements on the quality of our spiritual life will affect people surrounding us. By interacting and working together in Tao, we will make the world better with lower crime rate and less pollution. The wish of Maitreya will finally come true to turn the world into God's kingdom and make people all live in harmony. VII. What can attest the validity of Dao Tao, due to its completeness and generality, regulates the totality of all beings. Many people, after receiving Tao, with their wisdom, faith, and devotion, realize that Tao is the fundamental principle that governs all things. They comprehend the truth of the universe not only through literature, but also through daily living and nature. Their faith in Tao becomes strengthened and they move forward in their spiritual life. However, for people who haven't or just received Tao, Tao can be confirmed through revelations. Anyone who has received Tao with the front door open shall die peacefully. One proof of this is that for those who have received Tao and died, their bodies remain soft and their faces vivid. Since the soul leaves the body through the correct exit, the corpse can actually remain uncorroded for a few days. With the most advanced modern science and technology, it is still difficult to explain this phenomenon. However, it is a fact that cannot be denied. This has happened before in some religions, but very rarely. For people who have received Tao, this kind of testimony is ubiquitous, unless they have committed serious sins and corrupted their own mind. This can prove the soul has reached an ultimate harmony. Being the superintendent of the things on earth, human beings are nonetheless weak. Since birth, we are subject to unpredictable accidents and natural disasters. There have been many people who encountered danger, used the three treasures with faith, and got away from the danger or reduced the damage to the minimum. Testimonies of this kind are numerous. The above two mentioned are rarely heard of and difficult to believe, but they are the immediate security given by God once a person has received Tao. Thereafter, with each individual's faith, wisdom, and the accumulation of good deeds, one will come to know the truth more and more. It is up to you to experience the value of this treasure. I hope you will have the opportunity to receive Tao, experience it in your life, achieve ultimate perfection, and realize eternity.
三宝
The three treasures for new Tao receivers.
大人的一生中，有许多值得庆贺的事情，但却有更多无价且必须要全力以赴来追求的东西。
There are many things in life worth celebrating. However, there are even more priceless things worth pursuing with all our efforts.
2500多年前，当释迦牟尼佛仍是王子时，亲眼目睹了人世间之生老病死。他告诉自己，一定要找到一条永恒之路。于是，他放弃了王位及荣华富贵，四处去找寻名师及永久解脱的法门。后来，燃灯古佛为他授记，最后他修成了正果，也留下了许多的经典，引导众生开悟正果。
About 2,500 years ago, when Sakyamuni Buddha was still a prince, he witnessed the four sufferings of life: birth, old age, sickness and death. He told himself, "I've got to find the way that leads to eternity." Thus, he gave up his throne and fortune in search for an enlightening master and a way to eternal liberation. Later, he was initiated by Dipamkara Buddha and eventually reached Buddhahood. Sakyamuni Buddha's teachings were collected by his disciples as sutras. The large collection of sutras has continued to guide sentient beings even till this day.
在一般人的思维里，极有价值、罕有又很不容易得到的东西，而且是人类所一直在追求的，我们才会称之为宝。今天，您在上天的恩典及诸佛菩萨的祝福下求了道，得了三宝。的道就是当初佛陀及古往今来的修行者、宗教家倾毕生之力所追寻的永恒之路。过去因为天时未至，道是单传独授，得道者稀，修行者常有，踏破铁鞋无觅处之憾。如今上天慈悲大开普渡，得道者众，求道者可说是得来全不费功夫。虽然得道容易，也是自己累世佛缘根基深厚，祖上有德所致。所以当您求完道时，大家都给您道喜。
Generally, we call a precious, valuable, and rare item which is highly sought after as a treasure. Today, because of the grace of heaven and the blessings from all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you have received Tao and the three treasures. Tao is the way to eternity that Sakyamuni Buddha, countless cultivators and religious people had been searching all their lives. Before 1930, Tao was transmitted on a one-to-one basis. An enlightening master could only transmit Tao to a one qualified individual because the timing for universal Tao transmission was not ripe. The number of people receiving Tao were scarce due to the lack of opportunity to meet with an enlightening master and receive Tao. What a pity! Because of the grace of heaven, now is the time for universal Tao transmission, and therefore, many people had the opportunity to receive Tao. Although it may seem relatively easy to receive Tao, receiving Tao is actually based on your affinity with Buddhas, your deep spiritual foundation, and the beneficence of your ancestors. Thus, after you have received Tao, everybody would express their heartfelt joy and congratulate you.
依照三宝来修行的话，可以帮助我们：第一，跳脱生死轮回；第二，净化我们的业力，改变命运；最后返回天上的不家乡。
Practicing these three treasures can truly help us in the following ways. 1. Transcending the cycle of life and death. 2. Cleansing our karma, changing our destiny, and eventually returning to our heavenly home.
一般的人由于业力的牵引，不得不再度来到这个世界上，每来一次就会造些业，漫漫的人生路上，总是有着诸多的不如意、抱怨、忧愁、烦恼、病痛等。面对命运的枷锁与生死的轮回，却不知所措，更无法跳脱出来，实属无奈。
Because most people's destiny are led by their karma, they have to go through the cycle of life and death repeatedly without choice. Each cycle of life and death would accumulate some karma, good and bad. Therefore, their long journey of life would be filled with different kinds of complaints, worries, annoyances, sickness, and sufferings. Life's journey is never what we expected. Most people are imprisoned by fate and trapped in the cycle of life and death. They feel helpless because they failed to find a way to become liberated.
我们人的身体只是灵性暂时居住的房子，当生命旅程结束时，灵性会脱离身体，进入另外一个世界，而求道时得到的三宝就是回天的凭证。这也是人生中最重要的一件事。以下是像是需要您放在心上的意：不要忘记三宝，也不可以泄露三宝。二不反倒败德三多了愿，多行功立德，如此我们才可以回天上的故家乡。
Our physical body is a temporary home for our soul. When the journey of our life comes to an end, our soul will leave the body and enter another world. The three treasures you have received are the token for returning to the heavenly home. They are the most important things in our lives. The following are the 3 main points that you need to keep in mind. 1. Do not forget and disclose the 3 treasures. 2. Do not do anything illegal, immoral, or harmful to yourself and others. 3. Do as much as you can to fulfill your vows and accumulate merits and virtues. By following these 3 points, you will be able to return to the heavenly home.
现在，让我们来简单地介绍一下3宝。
Now, let us briefly introduce the 3 treasures.
第一宝，玄关窍，灵性进出的门户。
The first treasure, heavenly portal, the main gate to our true nature/true self.
在庄严神圣的求告仪式中，电传师在我们的玄关窍这么一点，点燃了自信之光明。当下玄关窍立刻现出了如同绿豆大小般之佛光。我们可以看一下各宗教圣人的画像，每位圣人之头部都有一个光圈，此光乃是自信之光。借着后续的修行及行功立德，此佛光会逐渐扩大，最后就像各教圣人的光圈一样地光亮圆满，展现出来的智慧及德行，随着因缘愿力而四处利益众生。
During the solemn and holy Tao receiving ceremony, Tao transmitting Master wanted our heavenly portal to illuminate the light of our true nature. A small halo will radiate from the heavenly portal immediately afterwards. If we look at the portraits of the saints from different religions, we will see that they all have one thing in common, which is the halo behind each saint's head. The halo is the light emitted from the true nature. The halo will expand in accordance with our cultivation and accumulation of merits and virtues. Eventually, our halos can be as round and bright as the halos of the saints. Then, the wisdom and virtue we exhibit will accompany our vows and affinities to benefit all mankind.
玄关是一个正门，也是修心的下手处。行住坐卧之中，常收束身心，从玄关发出之念头，都是正念、慈悲心、喜舍心、智慧心。心提心念在玄关，再用玄关去听、去看、去应对一切事物，便能与佛菩萨以心应心。
Heavenly portal is the main gate of our body. It is also the starting point for us to cultivate our heart. Every day we need to manage our mind and body properly. Each and every thought from the main gate is righteous because it is full of mercy, compassion, joy, giving, and wisdom. Focus our mind slightly on the heavenly portal and use this focused attention to listen, look, and deal with everyday matters. Then, we can unify our heart with the heart of Buddha and Bodhisattvas.
我们求道，是了解我们有个真主人。真主人也是住在我们的家里面，每间房子都会有主人的房间，主人有主人该睡的地方， 客人有客人该睡的地方，这不能错乱的。
Receiving Tao is to help us recognize the true Master. Our body is like a house. Now, we know that this true Master lives in our house. Every house has a master bedroom. The master bedroom is the room where the master sleeps in. Guests have to sleep in the guest rooms because only the master should sleep in the master bedroom. This arrangement should not be altered in any way.
各教经典也有关于玄关窍之论述。子曰：谁能出不由户和莫由私道也？每个人要走出房子，都要经由门户。个肉体犹如火宅，修行者欲跳脱此火宅之束缚，何不走这一条光明大道呢？
The classics, sutras, and scriptures of different religions all contain descriptions of the heavenly portal. Confucius said, "Who can go out without using the door? So why doesn't anybody follow the way? Now everyone gets out of the house through the door." The physical body is like a burning house. A cultivator needs to take the correct and bright path in order to break free from the confinement of the burning house.
圣经里也提到，
Testimonies of the heavenly portal can also be found in the Holy Bible.
眼睛就是身上的灯，
The light of the body is the eye.
你的眼睛若了亮，全身就光明；你的眼睛若昏花，全身就黑暗。你里头的光若黑暗了，那黑暗是何等大呢？
The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
马太福音
Matthew 6:22 But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is the darkness?
马太福音
Matthew 6:23 The lamp of thy body is thine eye. When thine eye is single, thy whole body also is full of light, but when it is evil, thy body also is full of darkness.
路加福音
Luke 11:34
你只有一只眼进入永生，强如有两只眼被丢在地狱的火里点。
It is good for thee, you, to enter into a life with one eye, rather than having two eyes to be cast into the hell of fire.
马太福音
Matthew 18:9
试问是用左眼还是右眼上天堂进入永生呢？肉眼早晚会毁坏的，如何使人上天堂呢？
After reading the above verses, some questions may arise. For example, should we enter heaven and attain eternal life through the left eye or right eye, since the eyes of this physical body will deteriorate one day? How can they help us return to heaven?
玄关窍已被点开后，好好地修持，久而久之，身体内外真的会光明，连毛细孔都会发出光来。尤其是真修持练得到清闲，只是我们的肉眼看不到而已。点
Once the heavenly portal is opened, If we cultivate Tao sincerely for some period of time, then both our internal and external body parts including our pores will be luminous. This is true for Tao members who have cultivated sincerely and truthfully. However, the light or halo emitted from the body cannot be seen with the naked eye.
佛经也提及，无有正法掩藏，涅盘妙心，不立文字，教外别传点是问。佛陀所言之正法是藏在左眼或右眼呢，或是第三之真理眼求获道的人就很清楚答案了。
In the Buddhist Sutra, Sakyamuni Buddha also said, "There is the true Dharma in my eye, there is no form, there is no word for it." So where is the true Dharma hidden? Is it hidden inside the left eye or right eye, or is this Dharma hidden inside the third eye, the eye of the truth? The answer is very clear for any Tao receiver.
儒家所说的君子圣其独也，指的也是我们的自性佛性是独一无二的，来自上天，要善加戒慎保护，莫让它受到污染。慎独的功夫，简单的说，就是存好心，说好话，做好事，以及诸恶莫作，众善奉行，精进永恒地向导前进。
In the Confucian classics, a noble person needs to be cautious with the One. The One is referring to our true nature or true self, which is unique and came from heaven. We need to be cautious by protecting it from pollution. In other words, we need to keep a good heart, say good words, and do good things. We need to do all good deeds continuously with all our efforts.
一个人若平日能够时常守玄，祥和之气自然会引发善因缘的发生。佛像尚未开光，佛没有被请入，拜他是没用的，那一尊佛不会接受。你本身就是一尊佛，要开光，要求道，求道就是开光，告知你真主人在哪里。
If a person can keep his mind focused on the heavenly portal constantly, then the peaceful energy emitted from him may attract or accumulate good affinities. A Buddha statue needs to be initiated so the spirit of the Buddha will be invited into the statue. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how often you worship the Buddha, he will not accept your worship. You, yourself, is a Buddha. Therefore, you need to be initiated by opening up the heavenly portal. How can the heavenly portal be opened? It can only be opened through the Tao receiving ceremony. Receiving Tao helps us to rediscover the location of our true master.
我们平常时候，精神是外放，眼要看，耳要听，吃进去的营养也一直在消耗。守玄有助于减少营养与能量的消耗，同时让更多营养转为能量，运行于身体，让脉络畅通，减少病痛，促进身体健康。
Every day a lot of our energies and spirits are wasted on the things we see with eyes, We hear with our ears, we think with our mind, etc. Thus, the nutrition for our bodies is constantly being used. When we come down and focus on the heavenly portal, it helps to lower the energy and nutrition consumption of our bodies. At the same time, it helps to turn more nutrition into energy, transport the energy throughout the entire body, and make the energy channels freer so that the energy can flow with less obstruction. If energy can flow freely, then we would not get sick so easily. As a result, our health would improve.
第二宝，口诀五字真言。
The second treasure, heavenly mantra, the 5 words.
念五字真言，不是外求净土，而是内生净土。口诀又名五字真言，口之修养也。口轻而诱人，骂人则口不清，实着者口不清，言实以正，有道也。
Reciting the heavenly mantra silently will lead us to the inner Pure Land within ourselves instead of the Pure Land on the outside. The heavenly mantra is also called the 5 words. It is used for the cultivation of the mouth. Benevolence is expressed through a pure mouth. If one curses and consumes impure food, then his mouth is considered to be foul. Therefore, if you say good words and consume pure food, then you can become one with Tao.
第一个字，无即无对待之真理世界一性佛性自性。真我二儒家中庸之天命之谓性，也就是说，我们都是老母的分灵，都是兄弟姐妹。
The first word means Wuji. It is the world of absolute truth with no opposites. It can be explained as 1. Our true nature, Buddha nature, true self. 2. In the doctrine of the mean, what heaven or heavenly matter confers is called true nature. In other words, our spirits came from heavenly matter. In this sense, we all are brothers and sisters because our spirits all came from the same origin.
第二个字，太极有阴阳相对待。诸如日也、善恶、高矮等，也可以理解成一人心二儒家之率性之谓道人们的心思是错综复杂且迷惑的，因此需要依循着上天所赋予之纯善的天性走在正道上。
The second word means Taiji. It is the world of duality. Duality consists of having 2 opposites such as the sun and moon, day and night, good and bad, tall and short, etc. It can be explained as 1. Our mind. 3. In the doctrine of the mean, in accordance with true nature is called the way Tao. The human mind is complex and often filled with confusions. Therefore, we need to follow the true nature from heaven and take the righteous path.
第三个字，黄极物质的现象世界，它不是永恒不变的。也可以理解成一人身二儒家中庸之修道之谓教。
The third word means Wanji. It is the world of physicality which is the one we live in. Nothing in this world is permanent. It can be explained as 1. Our physical body, 2. In the doctrine of the mean, cultivating the way Dao is called education.
要走在正道上，是需要有正确的教育与引导的点。
In order to be on the righteous path, we need to have the correct education and guidance.
信心身是一贯的，信在心思万计，生命万能；信去心思尽失，生命不动。一句此诗而已。
Our true nature, mind, and body are one. Without the true nature, our mind and body are useless.
第四个字是放出去，无所不在。
The fourth word means permeating. The greatness of our true nature can permeate the universe.
第五个字是收回来，回到玄关窍里。
The fifth word means contracting. Our true nature can contract and return to the heavenly portal.
我们的自信是无所不在的，而且自信是没有分别、没有对待的，才称为无极。无到极点就是没有分别对待。
Our true nature is everywhere. It is absolute. It doesn't discriminate or judge. Thus, it is also known as Wuji, which means genuine emptiness.
弥勒也有慈爱之意。修行上让慈爱布满个宇宙，就如同老母及诸佛菩萨对众生的爱是没有空间的限制的。
The fourth and fifth words can be combined to mean mercy and loving kindness. As we cultivate, we learn to love all things in the universe with mercy and loving kindness, just like how Lao Mu, Heavenly Mater, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas love all sentient beings without spatial limitations.
常念五字真言，你就与弥勒祖师及供活佛老师有感应，遇困难时感应就快，心不平静时默念五字真言，有问题时静不下来时默念五字真言，就有妙智慧。当念到一心不乱时，意志可穿越时空，直入佛之愿力之间，让能量发挥到极致。
By silently reciting the heavenly mantra often, you will create a strong bond with Maitreya Buddha and Jigon Living Buddha. Then come whenever you encounter some difficulties, Buddhas will get the signal more quickly. When you feel unease or disturbed, recite the heavenly mantra silently in your heart, then your great wisdom may arise to help you resolve any difficulty. And when you silently recite the heavenly mantra with full attention, your willpower can permeate through time and space, and enter the power of Buddha's vows. Then, the strength of the mantra will reach ultimate attainment.
孔老夫子说过，人莫见于流水，而见于止水。诚心专注一念诵五字真言，有助于内心的平静祥和，更清楚地看清自己，遇到事情时能做出更正确的判断与决定， 并更有效地完成工作任务。
Confucius said, "Men do not look into running water as a mirror, but into still water." Silently reciting the heavenly mantra with sincerity and full attention helps to pacify our mind. As a result, we can see ourselves more clearly, make judgments and decisions more correctly, and complete daily tasks with more efficiency.
第三宝，合同学习宽恕。
The third treasure, heavenly hand sign learning to be forgive.
守抱合同也意味着与仙佛合，与仙佛同，把我们的佛心、自信、愿力和诸佛菩萨的佛心、自信、愿力相合在一起。我们和同修之间要和，才能同人与人之间要和要同，就要学习恕道，也就是己所不欲，勿施于人，学习宽恕。就像耶稣在十字架上所说的话，就是一种宽恕。人与人之间多一些体谅宽恕，才能和，才能同。若小同都无法做到，如何世界大同呢？此手印也是回天的一个凭证。
Holding the heavenly hand sign means to unify our true nature with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. It is the unification of our true nature and vows with the true nature and vows of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Similarly, we need to unify with all people including other Tao members by getting along with them. We need to learn to be more cooperating, understanding, tolerating, and forgiving, so we can form a perfect union. Confucius said, "Do not do unto others as you would not have others do unto you." The last words of Jesus Christ were also words of forgiveness. In order to form a perfect union with others, we have to be more understanding and forgiving. If we cannot form unity with the people in our society, how can we form unity with the rest of the world and achieve great harmony? The heavenly hand sign is also a token for returning to the heavenly home.
现在来探讨一下三宝的修持。
Now, let us examine further the practice of the three treasures.
三宝珍藏蕴含道统真传、天命真传、心法真传，这三样每一样都很重要。
The three treasures encompass the true transmission based on the lineage of Tao and the mandate of heaven. It is the wordless heart-to-heart transmission. Each of the three treasures is equally important.
求道时，点传师点的右手点完玄关之后，会用左手在玄关前做一个附带的动作。此动作之意义为何呢？简单的说，左手的手掌心就像一面镜子，要我们用此自信之光向内照视自己，也就是一般所称之回光返照，自我省察、自我检视，也是修行的开始。
During the Tao receiving ceremony, Tao transmitting Master pointed at our heavenly portal with his right hand and made a gesture of covering it up with his left hand. What does this gesture mean? Simply speaking, the left palm is a metaphor for a mirror. The gesture signifies the constant use of this mirror to examine our inner selves. Self-introspection and self-examination are the beginning steps of Tao cultivation.
每个人自身有各自性，真主人在当家，不是由眼、耳、鼻、舌、身、意、六根产生之六种情境当家，也就是说，不被眼见之事物、耳听到之声音、鼻子所闻到之气味、舌头尝到之味道、身体所触摸到的东西及自身之习性来掌控我们。
Every single person has a true nature or true master who is in charge of the mind and body. We should not let the 6 perceptions produced by the 6 roots of sensation, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, be the master. In other words, we should not let what we see with our eyes, what we hear with our ears, what we smell with our nose, what we taste with our tongue, what we feel with our body, and what we think with our mind, be in control.
现代人生活过于忙碌，需要留点时间收心。济公活佛老师慈悲说过，平时常手悬，祥和之气自然会引发善因缘的发生。为什么我们修道到最后，心性无法再提升？因为我们很少去反省自己，甚至从来不问自己内心深处什么是我们的真正需求，什么是我们的根本。若不从根本上去下功夫，以为来佛堂听道理就是修道，心性当然无法提升。
Nowadays, everyone lives a very busy life. So we need to spare some time to relax and bring peace back into our mind. Our holy teacher, Jigon Living Buddha, mercifully said, in your daily life, you need to find a suitable time and place to focus on the heavenly portal and empty your thoughts. Then, the peace and harmony around you will attract good affinities. How come our mind hasn't been elevated even though we have cultivated for some time? It is because we seldom examine ourselves. We never introspect ourselves, try to figure out what our needs are, and what the root is. If we think Tao cultivation is merely coming to the temple and listening to the Tao lectures, then our mind could never be elevated. The reason is that we do not cultivate from the root.
光可以说是动植物的一个生命之原点和铜代表一阴一阳融合在一起，正负阴阳磁场能相通。手抱和铜平日诚心敬意叩首礼拜，加上佛光的照耀及平日的勤功立德，对身心健康有莫大之助益。
Light can be recognized as the source of life for animals and plants. The heavenly hand sign symbolizes the combination of yin and yang and the connection between the positive and negative magnetic fields. When we hold the heavenly hand sign and pay respect to heaven and Buddhas wholeheartedly, the heavenly light will shine on us. This heavenly blessing and the daily accumulation of merits and virtues will benefit us greatly in every aspect.
修持三宝时，首先要做的就是自我的反省，然后向第一宝自信佛忏悔、感恩。生生世世以来，我们不断地在轮回，身口意不断造业，污染了自信佛，让其承担了罪业，不需忏悔。同时，也因为自信的作用，的肉身得以行功立德，利己利人，不需感恩于他。
When practicing these three treasures, the first thing we need to do is to truly introspect ourselves. Then, we need to sincerely repent and thank our true nature. We have been through many cycles of life and death. In every cycle, we created karma, good and bad. The bad karma we created had polluted our true nature. At the end of every cycle, we burdened our true nature with the sins we committed. Therefore, we need to repent for the mistakes and bad karma we created with our bodies. However, it is because of the possession of this physical body that we have the opportunity to accumulate merits and virtues and create good karma to benefit ourselves and others. Thus, we need to thank our true nature for guiding our physical body in doing these good deeds.
第二宝，常默念五字真言，让心中的爱自然流露出来，爱自己，爱众生。第三宝，多包容宽恕别人。260中，无论身在何处，更要时时提醒自己，自己的心，愿力要和仙佛菩萨的心，愿力相合。
If you silently recite the second treasure, the heavenly mantra, often, then you will naturally love yourself and all sentient beings. If you use the third treasure often, then you will be reminded to be more tolerant and forgiving. Always remind yourself that you need to unify your heart and vows with the heart and vows of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
道场处处都是行功了愿的机会，要多行财施法施无畏施，度化更多众生返回故家乡。如此，必得上天加批拨转，不好的业力会逐渐消减，从此改变了命运。当然，当我们在布施或为上天办事时，目的并不在于希望能交换到上天的祝福，让自己得到什么好处。事实上，是因为我们的诚心敬意和无条件的付出感动了上天，继之而来的就是加诸在我们身上的恩典与拨转，这是任何人都无法阻挡的。
There are many opportunities within the Tao society for one to accumulate merits and virtues. We need to seize every opportunity to help more people to return to the heavenly home by making some material contributions, truth sharing, and voluntary contributions. As a result, we will receive blessings from heaven. Then, we can change our bad fortunes and bad karma into good ones, so our destiny can be changed as well. We do not make material contributions or propagate doubt for the sake of our own benefits. If we do good deeds with sincerity and without asking for anything in return, then heaven will reward us. We will, then, receive grace and great help from heaven. These blessings will come naturally to us without hindrance.
从我们求到那一刻起，我们的姓名就已经登记在生命册上，成了上天的人。上天无时无刻没有不注意着我们，都在看着我们有没有在用三宝，是不是有什么事情需要济公或佛老师帮忙的。
From the moment we received Tao, our names had been registered in heaven. We had become the citizens of heaven. Therefore, heaven will continue to watch over us to see if we practice the three treasures or need help from Holy Teacher, Jigong Living Buddha.
现今人类的物质科技虽较以往进步，但幸福的指数并没有提升，而且灾劫越来越多。部分的原因在于人的负向思考与行为、自私与贪婪，造成价值观的扭曲与变相。有太多的人对未来都有着不乐观、不安定的感觉。面对着下一代的子孙，我们能留给他们什么呢？想要圣凡如意，就先问自己有没有众圣轻凡。圣事就是上天所在办理的普度众生之事，凡事就是和我们个人相关之人间事。有句俗话说，你看重上天的事，上天也必定重视你的事点。
Technology and living conditions have improved tremendously in the 21st century, but the index of happiness hasn't risen at all. In addition, there is an increase of natural and man-made disasters. This is partly caused by humans' negative thinking and behaviors, greed, and selfishness. These thinking and behaviors twisted the values of our society. Therefore, there are a lot of people who are pessimistic and uncertain about the future. So what can we give to the next generation if we want our worldly and holy affairs, the work of heaven, to be smooth and successful? Then we need ask ourselves if we have prioritized our holy affairs over worldly affairs. Holy affairs are defined as activities of truth-sharing and doubt propagation, and worldly affairs are defined as our day-to-day activities and matters. There is a saying, if you prioritize the work of heaven, heaven will prioritize your affairs as well.
愿大家能在三宝修持上多下功夫，守住自己的愿力，并实际付诸行动，本着真心佛性， 借着的肉身来做佛事，共为三曹普渡而尽心尽力，众生将会因你而得救，你也因众生而成就。如此，世界大同不再是个虚幻的名词，真正的和平必会来到的。
I hope everyone will make every effort to practice these three treasures, guard your vows, and put them into action. Remember to make good use of this physical body by following your true nature/Buddha nature. We can work together to help with the salvation of the three worlds. Because of your efforts, sentient beings can transcend the cycle of life and death. In return, you can succeed because of these sentient beings. Then, great harmony is not just an illusion. It will certainly be achieved.
感谢您，愿上帝赐福与您。
Thank you very much. God bless you.
咱这言论按照刚才言论都要放掉有告诉咱暂时起来，准备来为各位进行报告。今仔日咱带咱下当天上政府甲副元帅，是咱59分最重要的新闻因咱带进行咱两难料真英雄这回还受到咱调军员议员无少支持有这回这机会是这场遮尔大的场面来为大家来表演现在咱来办着大事发生即马现在咱要来为做演奏一段咱传统福禄戏剧这段叫汉信文福。汉信文福咱随时来为对准备了咱台湾传统福禄戏剧汉信文福。
轻朋友们从小到大呢，都可以感受到在舞蹈的过程当中找到自己的热爱，还有成就感。也希望呢，我们在地的深耕团队能够获得包括我们市民朋友，还有外县市朋友们多多的鼓励，在课程设计多元，还有涵盖街舞、瑜伽，还有这个有氧，还有舞蹈的过程当中，接下来让我们欣赏他们带来的定点演出。好，继国内团队之后呢，接着上来，让我们掌声欢迎国际团队来自塞尔维亚的西姆诺夫重根维民俗团。
Yes, welcome from Kingston, Simiolo, Georgia, Serbia.
好，基于他们塞尔维亚丰富的民俗文化。
The customers and the music of the group are all original, inspired and highly affected and diverse.
他们今天带来做的服装跟音乐呢，都是原创性。
Let's enjoy the show.
活动的这个38鼓。好，让我们掌声欢迎，掌声鼓励演出。
led group of performers hailing from the SA St. John St. Giles School.
好，这个团队呢是来自泰国，还有沙漠当中，还有在民族舞蹈团当中，所有的团员都是精通各种传统泰国民族舞蹈。
The St. John Folk Dance team is well versed in the learning of traditional dance. Enjoy the good show!
一样掌声欢迎来自国际的尼泊尔加德满都艺术家俱乐部。好，他们呢在今天一样要为大家带来保存的尼泊尔传统民间音乐以及舞蹈。
The gender of this plan of Nepal aims to preserve Nepal's traditional folk music as it is on national and international.
他们的演出内容是以当地的特色乐器还有舞蹈演出为主。
To develop international cultural exchange with productions featuring local musical instruments.
大家可以感受到他们演出的风格强。
Their dance performances in a strong style that deeply influence the culture of local communities.
而且借由他们促成了加德满都艺术家俱乐部的成立呢，希望可以再次的发扬尼泊尔加德满都。
The importance of preserving their traditions.
而且他们在准备的过程当中，我们要跟大家介绍，尼泊尔呢是以古老的文化遗产闻名于世界。尽管这个国家呢非常的小，可是呢，他们具有种族文化中更大的多样性。
Nepal, the country of Mount Everest, is world renowned for its rich ancestral content.
好，演出。
Let's enjoy the show.
万岁！我
好，继我们的尼泊尔团队之后呢，接着下来掌声欢迎要进场的是菲律宾。好，我们接着下来进场的菲律宾的西德拉卡舞蹈，在今天的演出当中呢，也是希望透过他们的舞蹈陈述的菲律宾丰富的文化遗产。
The dance convent is led by a group of passionate individuals who bring each dance to life with intricate moments.
他们在表演的过程当中呢，舞台非常有过程呢，能够忠实的呈现这种舞蹈形式当中的文化内涵。
Let's welcome.
你 相当精彩的菲律宾的希特拉凯演出团队之后呢，好，接着下来，好，接着下来呢，我们要来点更不一样的哈，让我们掌声欢迎来自蒙古的蒙古娱乐。好，特别为大家介绍他们舞蹈风格。
Entertainment is spatially divided in a wide range of dance styles.
而且这些呢舞蹈风格正是融合了我们蒙古的当地的一些演出的文化。
This style of dance is performance.
掌声欢迎定点演出。
Dance welcome.
好，也非常的谢谢他们继蒙古娱乐演出之后呢，接着下来要进场的，让国内表演团队人武剧场，我们也热情的掌声鼓励一下。人武剧场呢，多年来秉持原创的精神，也希望呢，透过他们开发台湾舞蹈表演艺术崭新的方式呢，让大家可以知道。而且呢，人武剧场呢，在每年呢固定的发表新作，在国内以及国外呢争场如线，也获得了相当多的成绩。我们掌声欢迎定点演出。 出的是属于古镇的，让我们欢迎奉天神鼓。好，在身体在进场的过程当中呢，我们为大家介绍他演出的鼓励，在震撼当中也希望带给大家欢乐震撼的感觉，也希望透过他们的鼓励呢，能够带给我们台湾在地的很多的演出团体，希望透过古乐演出传播。捷克、日本、厦门等地演出，并且呢，历经了很多的征战呢，成绩也是相当的棒。而且呢，在他们发迹过程当中，有个创新的作品呢，大家请听，请看定点演出。
Traditional Maori performance，
而且在今天晚上他们的定点演出也为大家带来了涵盖。
Through songs and dance, the Dalify region preserve the precious tradition that have been passed down from generation to generation。
而且他们希望呢，借由在表演的过程当中，呈现给全世界的人知道。
The audience, the culture, represent and identify of the Maori people。
掌声欢迎
Let's enjoy the show。
是来自于阿尔及利亚的玫瑰舞团，在这边要特别跟大家阿美的舞蹈，还有他们当地的内哈尼舞蹈，以及当地的斯拉菲舞蹈。
Sport and the culture associations, they have performance in many countries around the world, featuring Lego dance, set of dance.
而且呢，这3类的舞蹈类型呢，其实呢，最主要的都是希望呈现给全世界的人知道呢，阿尔及利亚它表现了出来他们日常的生活跟韧性的主题舞蹈。
Terrain dance is dance of the better people, and the third the steps and the strong rhythm.
而且也希望呢，透过精致的舞蹈跟强烈的节奏，让大家感受到他们当地的文化。
It's demonstration in the culture characteristical.
面他们的舞蹈当中呢，也是以比较特别的这种热情的肩部的舞蹈动作，还有脚步的动作为特征。
Their dance specializes their patient and their dance.
另外一种类型团体的舞蹈，让大家感受到他们强烈的节奏感。
Okay, that's welcome. Enjoy the show.
在 场的是，让我们掌声欢迎日本福冈大学银太福。
Let's welcome the Fukuoka University Japan Drummers. Japan.
为大家介绍日本银太鼓呢，他们非常擅长演奏各种。
The Japan Drummers passing on the culture of Japanese haiku drumming.
不论是大型的战鼓，还是大家看到的小型的手鼓，都可以展现他们独特的音色跟节奏。
They specializing in playing instruments of all size, from large scale word drums to small scale tambourines.
而且呢，日本银太鼓呢，他们也是希望呢，他们将鼓带到全世界各地，借由他们的演出，可以让太鼓强大而有力的表演风格。
With the aim of delivering the best performance, the drummers practice hard every day, in spite of the weather, to give their ultimate efforts.
好，让我们掌声欢迎。
Show. Give them a big hand.
好，演出团队。
Thank you, Japan. Thank you, Japan. I love you so much.
好，现场的朋友们，好，刚才我们所有的演出团队演出精不精彩？如果精彩的话，给我们掌声鼓励一下，好不好？好，来哦，慧谦跟泰瑞呢，要提醒现场的朋友们，千万不要走开哦。请问现在是几点几分
6:09分，你的手表是不是跟我一样是6:09分呢？
是的，好，6:30分的时候，我们在现场有一个非常。
团队要来为大家做演出。
而且呢，我们在介绍日本干灯季的演出之前，有一项非常重要的事情，是希望现场的朋友跟我们配合，因为呢，日本干灯季的请我们第一排、第二排的观众朋友退到我们的这个马路后面，就是退到我们的人行步
族艺术节下午彩绘活动，中正路有丰路都开到的民族路来了。
也希望呢结集了我们相当多的青年舞蹈精英，在他们自创的这个舞蹈作品当中，让大家可以欣赏到他们对于美感的触动。掌声定点演出。演出，谢谢他们。好，继我们的国内表演团队之后，进场的掌声欢迎巴拉圭雷科维舞团。今天他们的演出呢，要带来巴拉圭的平舞跟波尔卡舞。
The dance company has more than 20 and the folklore dances such as the Pepperell Battle Dance and the Polka.
而且大家可以看到非常特别哦，因为他们的演出特点呢是穿着具有代表性的服装，还有相当不一样的舞蹈。掌声欢迎他们带来的定点演出。
Let's welcome. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you.
哇，真的是非常的精彩，每个团队都非常的棒。好，继续呢，让我们欢迎来自马。
Let's welcome Hong Kong Dance Ensemble Malaysia.
也希望借由他们今天的演出呢，能够让大家体会到马来西亚丰富的民族舞蹈。
Hong Kong Dance Ensemble is dedicated to promotion of the local dance art, especially Chinese folk dance, classical dance, modern Chinese dance, and more.
掌声欢迎！
Let's welcome.
Asal aku
跟大家分享一下我们的日本野和太鼓呢，在包括他们自己的国家，不管国内还是国外呢，演出的场次大于有100场以上。
Every year, Nova Taiko performs more than 100 shows we sing at outside of Fukuoka for children.
而且呢，在他们成立的过程当中，他们是日本福冈市早良区创立很早的太鼓团体。
All members of the group receive both and the regional training, which not only enhance their skills but also shapes their performances.
掌声欢迎地点演出。
Let's welcome.
继续来欣赏由老师们自己自创的非常棒，也希望让大家可以感受到一支舞集常年下来担任文化活动所有的意义，而且他们在20多年以来呢，也将台湾的风采传遍至少有4大洲，80余多个城市，掌声欢迎他们带来的定点演出。 性。而且呢，大家可以看到啊，我们今天呢出战的这些年轻朋友，大家可以看到啊，我们今天呢出战的这些年轻朋友们，从小到大呢都可以感受到，在舞蹈的过程当中找到自己的热爱，还有成就感。也希望呢我们在地的深耕团队能够获得，包括我们市民朋友，还有外县市朋友们多多的鼓励，在课程设计多元，还有涵盖街舞、瑜伽，还有这个有氧，还有舞蹈的过程当中，接着下来，让我们欣赏他们带来的定点演出。谢谢。好，继国内团队之后呢，接着下来，让我们掌声欢迎国际团队来自塞尔维亚的西姆诺夫琼戈维民族舞团。
Let's welcome folk dance group Simironov Duroja, Serbia.
好，今天他们塞尔维亚丰富的民俗文化。
The costumes and the music of the group are all original. Time and highly aesthetic and diverse.
他们今天带来所有的服装跟音乐呢，都是原创性。
Let's enjoy the show. Thank you. It's a good show.
好，继我们的塞尔，接着下来要进场的是，掌声欢迎韩国江联儿舞踊团。
Let's welcome Gangyang Art Dance Company, South Korea.
好，我们呢来自韩国的国际团队呢，接着下来马上为大家带来精。 陆续有精彩的演出。
Let's give them a big hand. Thank you.
好，接下来呢，让我们掌声欢迎哦，这是2个欢迎8名。 还有呢，来自各地涵盖老中青3代，参加无数活动的这个38鼓。好，让我们掌声欢迎，掌声鼓励演出。